watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for the Guardian. Today we'll be giving you a Guardian update of Sprint 68 that lasted from June 24 to July 5th. Just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. We will be looking at the roadmap. We'll also be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 68. Then we'll be flipping over and giving you a short demo on Sprint 68. Then we'll be also talking ahead of week of July 8th, which is Sprint 69. We'll also be talking about the issues that we'll be tackling in Sprint 69. Then we'll be talking about the upcoming releases. And then at the end, we'll be giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. Talking about the Guardian roadmap, we are actually working on the development of AMS 1E and a mass comparison on Github methodologies for this month's webinar. We are also working on the development of VMR 0006, which is an energy efficient and fuel switch measures in thermal applications. We are working on the indexer API. In last releases, we released a global indexer. Now we are developing indexer API for it. Then we are also working on the code audit, which will support and resolution of all the issues being reported from the audit team. Then we are also working on the auto testing of the community submitted policies. We are working on the GIG scorecards research, and then we are also working on the filtering data for blocks, stateful API, and so on and so forth. Talking about Sprint 68, so in Sprint 68, we actually committed to 41 story points and we delivered 29 story points, which includes some of the optimization of our data request coming from the API. So that is 3724. We also worked on 2706, which is further evaluation of policy comparison, aka mass differentiation. We did solve and fix some of our documentation by adding and fixing the initialization topic ID, which is 3854. We also worked on some data loss bug, which was reported by one of our community members, which is 3837. And we did fix the changing of the default port of the indexer, which was initially default port was 3000, and now we have fixed it, and now you can configure that port to something else, whatever you want to, which is 3807. Let's look at Sprint 68 demo. So the first thing what we'll be looking at is 2706, which is for the evaluation of policy comparison, which is mass diff. Existing functionality which was implemented in ticket number 1793. It only allows comparison of multiple policies existent in the Guardian instance. This policy comparison has been extended from comparing the structure of the policy in terms of blocks to also comparing document schemas. However, it still requires to bring policies in the Guardian instance before comparison, thus preventing a broader analysis or comparison of policies across the entire ecosystem. So in order to solve this, what we have done is, so there are two prerequisites of this particular functionality. One is you need to make sure that the indexer is being built and running on your local system. And then also make sure that they both are running on different ports. Now, once you configure that, either you can import one of the policies just to demo and play around with this particular feature. So there are two ways to perform and compare the mass differentiation. One is, as you have seen that I have imported AMS2J policy. Now I can search the policies or compare. So I click on compare policies. Now in this, initially you just have a different UI, but we have also changed our UI. Now you would be able to see three different options. One is the uploaded file. You can upload a policy file and then compare. So this is the base policy, which is 2J policy. The second is entering the message ID, which I will demo it. And then you can also just do the local policies. For example, if you have imported some other CDM policies in your current instance, you would see that, and then you can just add that up. But now I would like to mainly do a demo on message ID. But before that, there is one more other option. So you have a compare button here. You can click on compare and then this comes up. But there is a search policies button. You can click on this. And then here, as you can see that you have a dialog box opening, and then you have a filter here saying search only imported, or you can search the local Guardian instance, or you can also search globally, which is our global indexer. When you click that, you will see all the policies listed out in the global indexer, and then you can select any of the policies you want to compare, and then you can click on compare with selected too. and then you can compare multiple policies over here. But I would like to do a demo over here by comparing this AMS2J with our global policy. So I click on compare over here, and then I click on message ID. So I take a message ID from here. So I would like to take a message ID of AMS2G from the global indexer. I copy it, and then I go back, and then I enter the message ID over here. I click on check and end. So what it will actually happens is that particular message ID is being searched in the global indexer, and then it just gets added over here if it is a correct indexer ID. Now, I click on compare. So what will happen is the comparison happens between AMS2G, which I initially imported, and the AMS2J policy, which was actually taken from the global indexer. Now, as you can see here, there are two different policy comparisons, 2J and 2G, and then you get all the required details of this. Then you also have an option of exporting this comparison, or you can also go back and add more policies if you want to, and then compare more than two policies. That was a demo on mass comparison. To get more information, we have updated our documentation. So you can go to our global search. You can go to our docs.hedera.com. Under that, we have updated our documentation. Under policy, you would see global policy search and compare, and then you can see each step-by-step process of how to make sure that each of the step is working, and how to make a comparison by searching the policy or by comparing through the global indexer. So that was a demo on Sprint 68. Now looking ahead of week of July 8th, which is Sprint 69, we are currently committing to 31 story points, which includes 2923. We will be developing AMS1E and we'll be doing a mass comparison on the cook stove methodologies. We are also working on 2922, which is VMR 0006 policy. We are working on the indexer API, which is 3637. We are also working on the development of a CDM policy, which is AMS1C. Talking about the upcoming releases, our last release was on Friday, May 31st, 2024. Our next release will be on Friday, June 28, 2024. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can either reach out to us on GitHub. You can just submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and submit those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come and join our conversation at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get this, search for sustainability channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or through our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.